In this video, I'm going to give you an easy and detailed explanation of the book Beloved. Beloved is a very popular and important book by Toni Morrison. It's a post-colonial book, and it is not a very easy book to read. Okay, if you are not familiar with William Faulkner, James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, it is not a very easy book because it is not linear. The narrative is not linear. It keeps oscillating between past and present. Okay, the past is of 20 years back. The incidents that form the that shape the present, so it keeps moving from present to 20 years back. Okay, so let me start this story. So the story begins with CD. CDSETHE. She is a 13-year-old child of slave parents. She has been sold by the slave owner to Sweet Home Plantation. Now, if you don't know what plantations are, what slavery is, then let me tell you, America is divided into North America and South America. North America is the industrialized portion. They rely on industries and they rely on labor in order to run their part of the country. Okay, and South America hugely relies on slaves because they have big plantations like sugar plantation, cotton plantation, etc., and they need slaves to work on the farm. Now, they did not want to get American laborers because they will have to pay them, right? If they offer their labor, then the employer will have to pay them. But when you put slaves, the Africans, into work, they don't need to pay, right? They are called slaves for that reason, because they are used for their labor but they are not paid for the labor. That is brutal, and South America thrived on slavery, all right. So they had a really bad life. The slaves had really bad life in South America, and Sweet Home Plantation is one of such plantations where Shidi has been bought to work for free, all right. And then this plantation is run by the Garner family, the husband, Mr. and Mrs. Garner, and they were really good. They were very unlike other masters. They were really humane. Okay, they did not torture their slaves, they did not exploit them, they treated them as human only. So CD was quite happy in that plantation, and that plantation, CD was not the only one in that plantation. There were other slaves. She's the only lady there, and the other slaves were men, who were Paul D, Holly, Paul A, and Sixo. And the four of them were always hitting on her. They were very interested in CD because she was the only female there, and they wanted to have her as their partner. But CD chose Holly, all right, and she married Holly. Within a year of her stay in the plantation, Sweet Home Plantation, she marries Holly, and before she turns 18, she gives birth to their three children. Two of them are boys, Howard and Bugler, and the oldest one is a girl. Okay, but in a tragic turn of events, Mr. Garner dies. The humane master overseer of the plantation dies, and Mrs. Garner, because at that time females were not powerful, they were dominated by their husbands, they were dominated, it was a male dominated society. So Mrs. Garner, what she did is that she hand over the plantation to her brother-in-law, and her brother-in-law was ruthless, savage, barbarous. He did not have even an ounce of humanity in him. He was completely opposite to Mr. Garner. So the brother-in-law was a school teacher. Okay, he was an abuser, and once he got his hand on the plantation, he began his tyranny over the slaves. All these slaves, Paul D, Holly, Paule, Sixo, CD, they were planning their escape because that plantation became unbearable and unlivable because of the master, because of the new master. Okay, and CD started fearing, right? What normally what the slave owners do is that whenever they need money, they will sell their slaves, and they won't see if the slave owns a family in their plantation, if they have a husband there, if they have children. Sometimes they sell the children, sometimes they sell the husband, sometimes they sell the wife. They do not think of them as human. They do not think of their emotional psychological needs. All right, so CD started really fearing for her children's safety. She was scared that her children will be sold to slavery somewhere with worse masters. And so what CD did is that CD's husband Holly, the children's father, Holly Suggs, he had his mother in Cincinnati. All right, and it was a slave-free area at that time. I mean, the slaves were the released slaves stayed there. So what CD did is that she sent her children Howard, Bugler, and Beloved in a wagon and sent them secretly to their grandmother. All right, in Cincinnati, who stays in Cincinnati, and the in that particular time period when CD sent her children away, she was heavily pregnant. All right, she could have given birth any time. When the schoolmaster came to know about what CD has done, he was fuming, he was enraged, he couldn't control himself. He called his nephews, two teenage nephews, and made them to assault her. All right, the nephew sucked out her milk, the milk which was meant for her unborn child. CD then what after the assault, CD what she did is that she complained about this assault to Mrs. Garner, who was very sick at that time. She was very sick during that time and she couldn't take action because of it. So CD complained about it, and that complaint came to the knowledge of these two nephews. All right, and what these two barbarous human being, what they did is that they beat CD black and blue. She was pregnant. Imagine, she was pregnant, heavily pregnant at that time, and the nephews are beating her left and right with cow's hide, and it left wounds open in her back. She was so badly beaten. And the other slaves, meanwhile, who were plotting their escape, it came to the knowledge of the school teacher, and the school teacher, what he did is that he roasted Sixo alive, hanged Paul A, and Paul D, he was shackled in an iron collar. All right, like an animal, he was shackled. But she did somehow she could escape, and then she reached her mother-in-law. While on her way to her mother-in-law, Baby Suggs, she gave birth to her fourth child in the forest itself, and she could do that with the help of Amy Denver. Now, who is Amy Denver? She was a runaway white servant. Okay, and she saw CD lying on the forest floor, trying to give birth to her fourth child, so she helped her, and that is why CD, honoring Amy Denver, she named her fourth child as Denver. After having her baby in the forest, CD makes her way towards her mother-in-law's house in Cincinnati. Her mother-in-law, who is Baby Suggs. There in her mother-in-law's house, already her three children are there, right? Bugler, Howard, and Beloved. Beloved is the oldest child, and she is a girl, Howard and Bugler are boys. So they are already there because CD has sent them away sooner. So they are already there. So she comes to Cincinnati and she stays there contently, peacefully with her newborn Denver for 28 days. And after 28 days, what happens? Imagine the school teacher, along with the nephews and a policeman, barges into their home. CD was so scared that she took her children to the barn, and then what she does is that CD tries to kill them because she does not want them to rot in slavery, because she knows it very well that once that schoolmaster has his hand over her children, he will do abominable things to them. He will make them work to death. He might rape her girl, beloved. So she was beyond scared and she tried to kill all of her 3 children out of love. Okay, don't think that she was cruel, violent, or whatever. The situation is like this because slavery is brutal. The owners will sell you whenever they want. They will beat you, rape you, make you work as much as they want, day and night. So it is a very tough life. It's like living in hell, literally. So what, out of fear, out of love, what she did is that she killed her oldest girl, beloved. She couldn't kill Howard and Bugler because they could escape her attempts to kill them. Okay, but beloved couldn't. Beloved is her oldest girl child, and she killed her. Howard and Bugler narrowly escaped, and she was caught by the school teacher, and then she was brought to the police station where she is condemned to be hanged in a few days. She was allowed to attend the funeral of beloved. Okay, and once the funeral was over, a ghost immediately manifests in the household of Baby Suggs. Everybody knows that it must be beloved because she is the one who has been killed a few days ago, and so the ghost does not go away from Baby Suggs's home. Okay. Meanwhile, here CD was to be hanged in a few days, but at that time there were also some white people who were fighting for the slaves. They wanted the slavery system to be erased forever, and one of them was Edward Baldwin, and some colored ladies of Delaware. They were fighting and they were protesting, due to which CD was saved from her hanging and she could go back to her home. One thing which is important while narrating the story of Beloved, one thing that you must remember is that the address of Baby Suggs's house, because it is with Baby Suggs's house that the novel starts, and the address is 124 Bluestone Road. Now you must be thinking, if this story starts with Baby Suggs's house, then why did I start with CD, a 13-year-old in Sweet Home Plantation? The thing is that the novel is narrated in a very difficult manner. It keeps oscillating from past and present. It is not a linear narrative. The past is told to you, the past which is of 20 years back is told to you in flashes and nightmares and instances. So you will get very confused if I narrate to you in the manner how the novel is written. So I am narrating it to you in a linear manner so that the story becomes very easy to understand. After 3 months in jail, CD came back to her home. She was granted freedom and she came back to her home, her mother-in-law's home, Baby Suggs's home, with Denver, who is her youngest child, and she was just a newborn then. And after coming to home, she realized that the entire black community has cut ties with the family because of the gruesome murder. Even though they knew the reasons behind the murder, they couldn't really they couldn't really forget it. They could not ignore it, so they felt that they should cut ties with this family, and that is why CD and her family was really alone. And her mother-in-law also resigned to her room. She stopped communicating. Then Edward Baldwin, one of the abolitionists who protested for her freedom, he found her a job so that she can earn her livelihood. Otherwise how will she raise her children, right? So they lived in this utter loneliness for a few several years, and the haunting was going on. Okay, the ghost was um, uh, ever present. From the day she was murdered, she was always present in the home, and it created a really negative and ominous environment, but they couldn't do anything about it. So CD stayed that way, and after a few several years, when baby Suggs, the mother-in-law, died, the sons Howard and Bugler, they decided that they cannot live with this ghost anymore. Howard and Bugler, they could not deal with the haunting, they could not deal with the negative energy, the negative environment, the ominous presence 24/7 in their home, and they decided that it would be better for us to leave the house. So they left the house, they left their mother, CD, and their sister, Denver, to their own devices, to their lonely existence, and they went to live a better life. Meanwhile, during in that time frame only, you remember Paul D, who was one of the slaves with whom CD, Holly, and all the other stayed in Sweet Home Plantation. The last that you heard of him was when he was left in the Sweet Home Plantation, with iron shackles around his ankles and neck, right? So his story is not really given in the book. He somehow escaped, and he was running from the school teacher, and he ended up in a cruel Georgia prison. And after escaping that Georgia prison, he was wandering north, and then he came upon Cincinnati, and he reunited with CD. Okay, after he came to CD and Paul D decided that they should get married, since they have been through the same tragedies. They will understand each other. They have both had a really hard life, so they will be able to be comfort to each other. So they decided that they should have a family together. So Paul D moved into her house in 124 Bluestone, Cincinnati. And after he came into the house, he realized of this haunting that was taking place, and he was very disapproving of this ghost. And for some odd reason, Denver, who was the youngest child of CD, she was very much attached to this ghost. Okay, this ghost who is beloved, who was supposed to be her oldest sister, but then she couldn't live to see Denver. So he was quite disapproving of the ghost, and so Denver had a strange relationship with that ghost. So she was really upset with Paul D's arrival into their life. Okay, after CD and Paul D started living together, Paul D starts living in CD's household, and he somehow banishes the ghost. Okay, after he starts living there, one day mysteriously a woman calling herself Beloved comes to their home and requests them to let her stay. CD overcomes with emotion, and she lets her stay. Beloved is quite a mysterious woman. Okay, that lady, she doesn't know where she has come from, she doesn't know where she has who she is, but she knows her name, which is Beloved, quite strangely. And and the novel does not tell that she is beloved, but then if you read the book, you can tell that she is the ghost, she is beloved, because she knows there are indications, a lot of indications that she is beloved. She knows so much about CD that no one knows except CD, and CD starts getting obsessed with Beloved. All right, Beloved is living a parasitic life where she is growing healthier and happier, but CD is growing weaker and thinner. She is feeding on CD's energy. All right, and she does not like Paul D with CD, and she somehow drives out Paul D out of that house. At that time, the situation was so dire that Denver, the youngest child of CD, she decides that she must do something because CD is wasting away. She has even given up her job. She is obsessed with Beloved. She does everything that Beloved wants her to do. She agrees to every whim of Beloved. Her life revolved around Beloved's ministrations, okay, crazy demonic ministrations. And Denver decides that it is time for help, so she goes out and she works to provide livelihood for her mother and herself and Beloved. And she goes out in search of people who can help them. And Denver goes to Edward Bodwin, okay, Bodwin, who has been helping them living whatever life they are living in Cincinnati. So Bodwin and some other ladies learn of this girl, this mysterious, strange girl Beloved, who has been living and feeding off CD. So the ladies decide that they must help CD to recover and live a normal life and have a normal household. So what they do is that Denver, along with the ladies and Bodwins, they come and then they exorcise the whole house, and Beloved goes away. After she goes away, CD is in a very bad condition. She is already dying, okay. Beloved has taken a lot out of her, so she is already dying. So Paul D comes back. And he promises that he will take care of CD and try to live as normal a life as they can live. And that is the end of the novel. I have done my best in trying to explain the novel as easily as I can. But if you have any suggestions, any